Due to several unforeseen hangups and setbacks, this video has been in post-production for about a month. Some of the topics discussed are out of date because of this. We apologize for the delay.
What's the verse? What's up? Welcome back to Island Go MTG. This is episode 5. Y'all, we're just getting started, getting a little bit rolling here, and today, with the recent BNR announcement that we had here yesterday, today is Tuesday, so I figured it would only be proper to make the next episode feature Burning Tree Emissary, BTE, and man, I just added her, and I put this thing together just to have like the archetype. And I just added her in there, and it definitely shows why she was what she was and why she got suspended for the time. And so let's go over how we're gonna make the rest of this roll here for this new edition. Now we're gonna have the Fervent Champion and the Pelt Collector, just like the last time. And I'm not as familiar with the old list, so if I get some things wrong, man, let me know. You know, correct me in the comments, whatever. But this has been working, and I've been rolling through the rankings so far today. It jumped out at me just as I was just playing around earlier. I was like, wow, this is it. I got to make the video. So we got 4 of the Pelt Collector. We got 4 of the Fervent Champion. 4 Robber of the Rich. Man, the Burning Tree into Robber on turn 2 is disgusting. We got 2 of for the Scavenging Ooze, just because it's great utility, and 2 is a sweet spot for it. We're playing the Zertog Goblin, just another hasty guy with the Riot, or you could pump him. For the Bone Crusher, because it's Bone Crusher, really, you can get in. I've finished off a game that was against Goblins, actually, that I had to pull out all the stops. Took them to 1, and I was like, oh man, there it is. But I had the Bone Crusher. I pulled a Bone Crusher, so that got me the last bit of damage. 2 Legion War Boss. This is probably a flex spot, but man, this card is so good. It's so good, and 2 is kind of nice for where we are. You got to run 4 of the Spellbreaker. I have a couple of Clothis right here, and the direct damage definitely adds up very quickly. You end up getting a big body very quickly because of Coco. I'm in love with the Coco. Collected Company makes this thing go so hard. Ugh. And then a couple of Embercleave just for good measure. I've not casted this thing for more than 3 so far. Rounding out with 20 mana. I've played around with this land base a little bit. I like having the Castle Emberth to pump. So because of that, and I've tried the new pathway, the RG pathway, and it just kind of interferes a lot with our check lands, and we want to run the check lands. These would both be 4 ofs, but as you can see, I do not have 4 copies. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? I do not have 4 copies. So there's that. But otherwise, these would be 4 ofs, and I'd probably just come down a couple of the Forests in the Mountain. We don't want anything to possibly come in tapped. I tried the Cycling Land, the red-green Cycling Land as well. And man, I was just pulling them in the opening hands way too much, and we don't want anything to be coming in tapped. But this deck feels like it's just a house of a deck. So let's get into some gameplay and see what she's got for us today. I think it's going to be... It was on the top of the meta, and that's why Burning Tree got banned. A lot has happened to Historic since then, but I think it definitely puts it back in contention. Looks like we don't have a turn 1, but you do get to see right off the bat Burning Tree into Robber. And with the double card cast in the same turn for that, you almost always are going to get that Robber trigger. Double Tree. Whew! I haven't seen double tree happen since it was in standard. It's definitely a major enabler for the red-green monsters deck at the time.
No!
Which was
God!
a very legitimate deck in its time.
No!
Not to mention, you know what? I think I'm actually
God,
gonna
please,
Bone
no!
Crusher
No!
here just to get this
No!
knight before they can pump him. But not to mention, it was a great deck during the time that Supreme Verdict was in standard. So, as you saw last week, right off the bat, with the burn list, we got a quick scoop just because we're putting forth so much damage in that one. We just threatened so much damage. And people are already getting ready to know what this is about, I believe. So we'll see how this goes moving forward. But man, it feels really good. And I'm not a Gruul deck player. Red and green are the least played colors in Magic for me personally. But I'm also really trying to expand my horizons here and start to try other things and learn other ways of playing the game. And I find that it's making me a better player. So this has really been just a great experience all around. Haha. So we will tree. I think we'll tree into the giant again. Hopefully we pull a land and we can play the Spellbreaker on the next turn. Matt in the Hat. I wonder if he knows a lot about that. So we definitely have board advantage here. Here's the land that we wanted. Let's go ahead and put out the Spellbreaker. We'll make him hasty. I like my Spellbreakers hasty. We definitely got the leg up on him. This can be good against an aggro-y deck that is creature-based because we get out guys that are bigger. As I say that, they do this. But he's tapped down, we're getting in. I don't think that was a smart move for them, necessarily. Alright. Let's put out the Bone Crusher. Yeah, we got them down to 4. Like, I don't know what they're going to be able to do to turn the tempo and the tables on this game. We're going to get in 6 here and take us down to 8 unless they can pump. I'm definitely not blocking. Oh! Like, I don't know what they're going to be able to do unless they can pump. I should have saw that coming. I should have saw that coming. GG. Okay. Okay. So I got a little cocky. That's okay. That's okay.
That you know, and they ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
That's okay. Man. So let's get in here to the next one. Okay, so we don't have our 1-drop that we want. See, this is why I almost took out the Crags. I may just, honestly, and put in the pathways. Huh. I guess it doesn't matter either way, honestly. We still are probably going to have the same turn next turn regardless. Let's just goblin, and we'll crack in for 2. My philosophy with this deck is to be aggro. Okay, so they have a way to kill it. That's fine. Of all our creatures, we're probably the least sad about losing that guy. Alright. Well, this is kind of cool. So we'll play the pelt collector. And we'll take that into robber so we can pump him. Even though they're at a lower hand count for this earlier in the game, we still have the robber trigger unless they can kill it, which they can't, or they would have. Ooh, hitting that obliterator is nice. Okay, well they'll kill it that way. Using 3 mana to kill that guy is not terrible, and hitting their obliterator was pretty huge. So I'll take that. We'll see if he takes the bait. Nope. Smart. Okay. So, this is going to be a really interesting game. They're developing a stabilized board advantage on us, which typically we have not seen as much. We can throw both of these guys out here, and now we have a lot of combat tricks that we can possibly pull. So we're looking good there. Any blocker. Okay, we want to take out the shepherd first. That was very profitable. So now we just have to deal with this Gifted Aetherborn as a roadblock and the Grey Merch. They reversed the tables on us there. They're down to 1 card. I think here I'm just going to play the War Boss because it's going to help us go wide. And let's just swing these 2 for now. We need to stabilize. Huh. Oof. 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 I don't know that we have a way to deal with that. I don't think we do. Definitely can't swing. So we can only grow our scoos a little bit more. We have to swing him. I'll sack this forest. Oh, the Goblin War Boss is gonna kill us. If they, oh!
This is not okay. This needs to stop now.
Yeah, I think that probably puts us down. Wow. Oh, this is tough. This is tough. He's just not gonna swing. I don't think we have really any sufficient outs at all. I'm just gonna do this, and we gotta swing as best we can and see what happens. I don't think that there's any way that we're gonna recover from this, or we have any outs. Phyrexian Obliterator. I mean, who can say that? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. I always say Obliterator. But the Phyrexian Obliterator, man, is just too OP. Definitely puts a stop on this deck. Alright. Working on this one, right? God. I don't know. He's rebuilding. This is a wild game. All right. Okay, so here we go. Let's see what we got on this one. Like I was saying, I really do like the deck. I think we got a lot of things that can work with this. Right here we have some supplements to our mana, and it looks like we have a chance to get out to what's going to be a very fast start. We do need to pull a red source though, so we can cast this Spellbreaker. Okay. Shoo-wee. Into the Robber every time is so good. It's just so good. So he'll block and kill the Robber off of the trigger, which is smart. I think we already got him on a major bad back foot. Yeah, Knight, do they have a one drop with red? They do. Okay. Okay. Well, there's our red source, but we can't do anything about it right now. He's not going to block here, so we get in for 2. Take him down to 16. And next turn, we're going to play the Spellbreaker. Yep. And I think we're just in a race at this point. This looks to be just straight up Rakdos aggro. Davriel doesn't seem like he belongs. So we'll get him for 5. And like I said, I think we're just racing. If they play this Davriel, I probably don't care. Yeah, I'll drop a cleave because I have an extra one anyway. And I can't even cast the thing because I need another red source regardless. I think that there's a lot of things they could have done with that 3 mana that would have been way more efficient rather than cast a Davriel. But either way it goes. Let's do this. That way he has to block all the way around to protect Davriel. Oh, okay. Huh.
It's not abandonment, it's survival.
He kept me from having spectacle on that drill bit. Man, I think having a discard package with what they're doing right here, the way it seems, probably isn't very advantageous. But they may end up beating me here, so who knows? I'm gonna sack a dude. Yeah, let's sack that guy. Yeah, I don't think he wants to race with me right now. Okay. And we're just going to go to the dome with this. Even if we could kill the Butcher, I think I'd rather just be out in front and deal damage to the face right now. We got him down to 6. We can play the Bone Crusher on the next turn and pump up this Pelt Collector. Oh, that's tough on them. Well, that was impressive. I like it. I like it. Didn't see it coming. So they got us stalled out for a little bit. That's tough, but they're down to 4 life, and I think we pull a red source right here off the top. They lose the game because of Ember Cleave, even if they hold up this Butcher for blocking. I mean, and this is fine too. We cannot cleave. We cannot cleave. Wow. Wow. That's tough. Okay. So they have to trade here. Alright. They have 2 cards, we have 1 card. We still have a major advantage here. And this is kind of sweet. Yeah, I don't think I care.
I adore an audience.
Oh! Oh! Okay. Oh! That was tough. Okay, so I'm going to win the game with this Clothis.
Bye, Felicia.
Yeah. So as you saw there, they even came roaring back on us and really gave us a tough game. But in the end, we just have a lot of raw power. Haven't even got a chance to cast the Coco yet, so I definitely want a game where I can cast that Coco and let y'all get a good look at that. This is probably a deck that's going to be a player in the meta. Like I said, I played it against Goblins earlier, and it was pretty good. I think it could check the Goblins in the meta. Don't quote me on that or put me down at it unless it actually comes to be, and then tell everybody, shout it from the rooftops. But yeah, I think we're in really good shape with this deck, and we probably have a new player introduced into the meta with the absence of Omnath now being out the door. Hey, called that one right. I think I'm not the only one that figured that was going to happen. There's no way. So there's the Coco. All right. Let's see if they'll block the champ. I didn't think that they would. So we'll just hold up the stomp in case they play something we want to kill. Oh. That helps. That helps us. Take 3. Just bolt yourself. Not a fan of that. And now after that, I hope they have a Thoughtseize or something. Because this right here is Blowout City. Oh, then they took that 3 for no reason at all. They took that 3 for no reason at all. And unless they're going to cast Cling to Dust. And I don't know that that's worth taking 3 damage for. Ah, the Thieves Guild Enforcer. Okay. I kind of hear you, but I think you're just way too far behind at this point for the Enforcer to even matter. But, I mean, we're definitely at a mana disadvantage. I'll take it. And we'll just swing the Robber. We don't get the trigger off the Robber. That sucks. Well, we took out a potential big swinger if they get everything stabilized. They're playing Loris, which is really interesting for this. I never thought about Loris. I'm assuming they're doing rogues. Yeah. And a janky rogue at that. No offense to the jank lords out there, but yeah, man. We should be able to handle this. Well, this is tough. But we're getting in 2 here regardless, and 2 of their creatures are going to die. Or we just bash face. At this point, I think if I pull this last mana, I'll just drop Clothis. Because there's the eventuality of Clothis. Which definitely helps put this deck over the top. Definitely helps put this deck over the top. There it is. And there it is. So, hey man, you never know. Maybe they'll have the counter spell for it. No counters? Yeah. Then they have to basically kill off their board. Hope they have removal. Okay. They got another blocker. They don't have to take damage here, but they're going to, and they're going to die. So far we got caught off guard. with an opposing Embercleave that I just didn't see coming. So this Gruul list is really strong, and I'm surprisingly having more fun with it than I anticipated having. But it's been good, and I'm really just trying to make a good solid run at hitting Mythic, and I know I'm really low on the poll right now, but this is a nice opener. I'm really low on the poll right now, but we're going to start off with the Pelt Collector. I have a lot of the tier decks built. I'm ready to do Rakdos, or not a Rakdos, but a video with I could have double one drop there, but yeah, I'm ready to do a video with Junsack. I'm ready to do a video with Sultai Control. This is going to be a new player. I have a lot of the meta decks that are strong right now, with the exception of Goblins. It's just not my jam. But I want to make a run at Mythic. I feel like I have the decks to be able to make a run at Mythic, which is important. Shoo-wee! Gross. Gross. I thought we'd obviously be playing elves, but it looks like this is explore shenanigans. But look, man, we're so quickly into the game, you put your opponent on the back foot. This deck can squash up another aggro deck. It has some ways to get around damage. In the one game where I had the technical difficulties, the one thing that this deck cannot answer at all is Phyrexian Obliterator. Phyrexian Obliterator houses it. But so far, I have not seen. I think this has a good matchup against Control, even because of the resiliency it gets with Coco, as well as from Clothis. And not to mention Gruul Spellbreaker makes things very awkward on a Control deck with removal. So that could give it a really good leg up against a deck like Sultai Control, which I would like to see where that goes moving forward. I've played, as you saw, we played some janky rogues. A better rogue list might be able to give this some trouble. Just because I feel like they're fighting each other on a really awkward axis. They're trying to interact with each other in ways that the decks don't interact. Which is, I mean, to me, I think that's kind of cool. To me. Don't have a 1-drop, so this will come in tap. So yeah, I think this game has this deck has a lot of play against a lot of different style decks. Here we have what looks to be, maybe, if they're doing what I do, this is an Is It Phoenix list. Let's go ahead and kill this Sprite Dragon, especially while they're tapped out. So we don't want that thing to get bigger. We do not want that thing to get bigger. Now they're playing strategic planning. So this probably is a Phoenix list. And this is interesting too. I have a Phoenix build as well, and I've really been wanting to do it on camera. It's very, very linear. It's very linear. So it's kind of one of those situations where you just get there or you don't. We're going to get in with this Spellbreaker. So we have some tempo back. If you see a Sprite Dragon on turn 2, man, kill that thing. You got to kill that thing. In hindsight, I didn't even need to take the damage from it. Okay. See, I don't think this is a good card to play in a Phoenix list either. I'm just gonna play my other Spellbreaker. We'll haste him. Throw your dude under the bus or take 6, bruh. So we got them really on the back foot already. The next turn we can ooze and robber. Wow. Okay, yeah, let's just do that. Then we're going to play another Spellbreaker. And we're gonna robber. And once again, they're gonna have to throw their creature under the bus. Though they probably plan to with the Arc-like Phoenix. But having them all the way down to 8 and them being decidedly here on the back foot, I don't think what they're doing, yeah, that's fine. I mean, do you have another 2 ops to get that guy back out there? Even? No, they don't. So, here, Bone Crusher, Scoos. Yeah. See, and Scoos gives us Graveyard Hate as well. This thing is very versatile for a creature deck. It puts pressure on immediately with so many haste creatures, big bodies. There's some reach with the burn you get from Bone Crusher. I mean, there's a reason why Burning Tree Emissary got suspended, for sure. But there has definitely been an influx of powerful cards that created powerful decks in the meantime, and I don't think that this is a runaway smash of a deck that is just gonna keep on getting better and better and better. What is up with the Shuffler? Okay. But as I was saying, I don't think it's going to be a deck that's just going to keep on getting better and better and better and better and better necessarily, but it's going to be a tier 1 or tier 2 deck for Historic moving forward for sure. So you're going to have a plan to deal with this, and it can make it awkward for a lot of different archetypes. See, they're already way too slow. They're going to have no mana to do anything on this turn. Got him down to 16. I mean, this might be my rank up special. This deck right here might be the rank up special, for real. So with the exception of Obliterator, I mean, this is stupid. With the exception of Obliterator, and the one deck where in the one game where I viciously misplayed, I'm like, it's not even close, and I'm not having trouble making decisions. I'm not thinking hard. I'm not going in the tank for anything. So this is a very friendly deck for a lot of people to be playing. We'll just kill this big guy, I guess. Is it that easy? Blow it up. Blow it up, Lamina. Neo form. Oh, that's what you get for playing that. Playing that bull. Now, Neoform is starting to come up in the world of Historic, so that's something to keep your eye on. Makes cards like Gideon of the Trials a little bit better.
You should have gone for the head.
Let's see what they do with this Neoform. Dualcaster. Oh, they're getting cute. Oh, that's adorable. You get to Neoform twice. Are we going infinite? This is what we're doing? Yeah. We're going infinite. Aww. Okay. So I haven't seen too much of this. What are they gonna just do this until they like? Are these guys getting haste? Yeah. Yeah, they're getting haste. Okay. Aww. Aren't you cute? Aw, that's so cute. But hey. Hey. You know? They got the win over a deck that I was just touting as extremely powerful, and how we haven't really had any competition so far. And they were getting ready to die on the next turn. So, props. I mean, like I was saying, I think it's just way too cute. I think it's just way too cute. At least for my style. But a win is a win. Got to give it up to them, right? That's what sportsmanship is about. That's what growing and having maturity is about. And I've not always been the best about it myself. But trying to get better. That's all we can do, right? As people. They banned my name. Well, I wonder what it was. Probably his name was Blue-Green Card. Because they like to ban blue-green cards. Okay, so we are going to tree in the tree into a bone crusher to the face. Swing one. I've got 5 power on board for the next turn. Karn? Okay.
I advise that you
So
will not.
I highly doubt that this deck is going to be fast enough to keep up with our pressure on the board. The Monument. Okay. So let's... Man, it would have been nice. It would have been nice to have one more mana. Yeah, we're gonna take that
You
to
are acting
Karn.
unwisely.
The champ will take Karn out the rest of the way, and we'll then send the 2 burning trees at our opponent.
Farewell, and thank you for the lesson.
So we got him down to 14. We're definitely hoping to draw a land here. This has happened quite a bit. Idyllic Tutor, they are very slow, and hopefully we can pull land and punish them for it. 9 lives. Okay. Okay. A land to play that Colossus would have been sweet. They don't have the mana for the 9 lives, though. I think what it comes down to, we're still not drawing our third mana, our third land at all. But I do feel like what it comes down to is, unless you're kind of doing something crazy busted out of nowhere, it's really tough to beat this deck. Alright. It's just really tough to beat this deck. So I'm calling it right now. for at least the rest of the Platinum tier, this is definitely going to be my ranked ladder buster. This thing just runs smooth. Fast forward. Hey guys, I've ranked up to the diamond level, and so this Gruul Aggro deck has changed a little bit. So let me go over those changes with you real quick. So Llanowar Elf is in over the Fervent Champion. We ramp up faster to a Spellbreaker or a Clothis earlier. Also, the Collected Company on turn 3 is pretty sweet, I must say. And we've trimmed back down to the 2 Ember Cleave, but still these 6 spells are how we're finishing off the game. And the Domri's Ambush is in order to get through some of the roadblocks that they may have for us attacking, and also to be able to get a little extra damage on a Planeswalker if we need. So hey guys, thanks for watching. That's the changes to this deck that was already really sweet, and this is what I found to be better for me personally here in the diamond level. Hey, what happened? It's like a whole new season now, right? It's November. It's not even October anymore. It's like a whole new season. What's going on, y'all? Oh, where's the cat coming from? We don't have cats in standard anymore. What happened, guys? Well, what has happened is, as you've seen so far in this Gruul Aggro video, this list has changed. Island Go MTG, we're always keeping up and trying to stay current. So what's happened is, through the Platinum tier, the entire Platinum tier, last season, I steamrolled through it with Gruul Aggro in the version that you saw in the first videos with the gameplay, as well as the updated deck list. Well, now I have version 3.0 for you right here. So we're just combining it all together over some time. Worked out that way. But in this season, and let me go ahead and show you here. Boom, we're already back in Diamond again. And I steamrolled the entire tierway, with the exception of the last Platinum Tier 1. I played a couple games with UW Control. But this is the deck list that I'm using, and this is what we're doing. We have Llanowar Elves and Pelt Collector. The Earthshaker Kinra is really good to just get blockers out of the way. Obviously, we're doing things with Tree. Domri's Ambush, we want 3 copies of that, and then we go to 3 Ember Cleave to make sure we get through. The game in which I got to all the way through the Platinum tier, I actually played against another Gruul Aggro deck, and they had a nice wall built up against me, and I used Ember Cleave to get through and win when I really shouldn't have gotten a win. So, you know, I think this is definitely the exact 60 for a main board, with the exception of a lot of lists are playing the extra one here. I just don't have 4 copies of these cards. Otherwise, I probably would. The Shatter Skull Smashing, I ended up taking out the castle, but the Shatter Skull Smashing is in there. It's in a lot of lists. So it gives us a little extra removal to clear our pathway. But this thing is solid, man. And let me just play and jam one game real quick in this Diamond tier for you guys, and then we'll get up out of here. Hopefully we don't take an L. So unless like I have a lot of game on turn 2 with the Burning Tree, yeah, it's a throwback. Unless I have, oh come on, that's tough. All right, so we're gonna keep 5. Let's throw back an Earthshaker, and I guess like a Tree. Man, that really sucks. This is not how we want to start off with. Cat, you better not be messing with no cords. Alright. So optimally, we want to have a turn 1 pelt collector or elf. If you have that and you can tree on the next turn into something else, even better. Okay, so we're gonna tree into robber here. Which maybe we should have goblined. I mean, that's kind of cool, getting their Judith. Link for the beats in the description. Well, we'll go ahead and do this and get the Dreadhorde Butcher out. Okay, so we're gonna do this, and here's where the Earthshaker is really good. They have card advantage on us, and that's not really where we want to be. But we also kind of have the tempo on them as well, and I like the way the Storm Fist is helping us accelerate into our draws a little bit. Especially since we're in the shape right now to win this race. But like I said, they have this card advantage, man. So we'll see. I'm going to look to ambush on the next turn. Maybe not. Also, the Earthshaker coming back. If you get late game enough to cast that thing, it's pretty sweet. Ugh. That sucks. We're just going to make it a big boy. Oh, okay. No, I'm not gonna block. They can just hit me for 3. Okay. So... yeah, I think I just need to Coco. And because we're playing a more hasty set of creatures, I Coco main. Yeah, we're gonna take the double spell breakers. I Coco main phase a lot of times just to get in big attacks. See, right now we're attacking with 9. That's craziness. Oh, cat. Off of the printer. Alright, so this is a tight one though. They're not playing the most optimal Rakdos cards. They just 2-for-1 themselves. So let's hit this guy. Okay. Yeah, let's hit this guy. Give our dude a pump. And now we're gonna rob her. Ooh, that was kind of big time for him. But I'm sure they wanted to use that shock for the face. Okay. We're at 6, they're at 3. In games like this, Colossus can really give you the reach to get around a lot of these types of situations. See, right now we'd be doing 2 with Colossus. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and bang. For real, huh? Okay, then, okay. This is a really tight game. Stormfrisk Crusader. Okay, so we can elf. And we can cloth this. I'm probably just gonna use the elf to block here, because I don't want to take any damage at all. Judith, yeah. Oof. Oh, that sucks. Okay, so this is a big decision. They're at 3. I can deal 2 straight up to them. I'm gonna do that because I think I can win on this turn. Oh, and they just scoop. See, so there's how we do it. I think on that play, if they hadn't just scooped, I would have been able to attack in and get that extra 1 damage with the Ember Cleave. So we still would have got the W there. This deck is fantastic. Like I said, in the Platinum tier specifically, you will steamroll through the tiers. I didn't even, a lot of people say, you know, bounce back and forth to different decks so the shuffler and yada 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 doesn't keep getting you. But no, man, like I didn't even switch decks. I used that build specifically and just ransacked through that thing. So definitely highly recommend that, especially if you're in the Platinum tier. Because of this so early in the season, there's like 22 days. Let me double check here. So yeah, we have 22 days left in the season. I'm going to make a strong push to try and make Mythic this season specifically. So, hey, Island Go MTG, Gruul Aggro. It's the way to go if you're in Platinum tier. You'll get right through it and get in that diamond and get a chance to make your run at Mythic, just like I'm about to do here. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.
So crazy out here living in this world, and my haters couldn't touch me, even in this world. Life is full of lessons, and I'm starting to get it. I can see things clearly, better yet vivid.